everybody, what is going on? Raven here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about, yes, another Encanto video. But today is all about the 10 worst things Abuela did to the family. And one of them is she teaches the children to always make the family proud. So when she is telling the young mayor about the story of the Encanto and how it was founded, she reveals that she was granted the gift of the family miracle after the death of husband Pedro, and that the miracle has been protecting them ever since. Abuela tells her to make her family proud, use her power to strengthen their community. The words seem harmless at the time, but it suggests the weight of the family's expectations. Next, she promotes an image of perfection they must all uphold. Abuela is the pillar of the community inside the magical settlement. As a result, she feels the need to promote an image of perfection with her own family. The Madrigals lead by example and have to be the role models for the community. Mistakes, inadequacies are frowned upon. Mirabel, of course, is an example of this. She does not get a gift, so she's a constant target of Alma's disapproval. Never good enough, despite no matter how many times she tries. Next, she perpetuates family conflict instead of stopping it. So she is supposed to be the wisest as she is the oldest family member. She is Abuela. However, she doesn't always prove it. Tempers run high in the family, but she doesn't seem to try to put a stop to the long-running conflicts. The best example is Peppa's anger at her brother Bruno. Alma's middle daughter Peppa is gifted the power to influence the weather. She is encouraged by Abuela to control her emotions as they can cause significant disturbances. On her wedding day, she loses control of her powers following a misunderstanding with Bruno. She blames Bruno for the incident. Alma never reasons with her, leaving Bruno to blame. She puts too much pressure on Luisa. Mirabel's older sister Luisa receives the gift of super strength. Because of this, she's expected to be the pillar of both her family and her community. But Luisa confesses that she feels herself crumbling under all of this pressure. But that isn't a problem that stems from Luisa alone. Abuela is always pushing her family members to do better and be stronger. Luisa embodies the very concept of strength. Feels like it is a failure, challenges her sense of identity. She must always try as hard as she can and shoulder all the family burdens. Next, she fails to reassure her family, makes them doubt their self-worth. In the aftermath of Mirabel's failed gift ceremony, Abuela's concern over the family magic leaves marks on everyone. Antonio, the youngest member of the family who we see, gets his gift. However, before this happens, he is incredibly nervous when facing their own ceremony. The only one who seems to have actually provided him with reassurance is Mirabel, as he cannot bring himself to face his own door without her by his side. She agrees to help him, even then Abuela looks disapprovingly. Not only does she make her family doubt their self-worth, but she isn't even appreciative when her family members support each other. Now this continues. When she insults Isabella's true nature, doesn't recognize the fact that her and Mirabel make amends. After a vision with Bruno, Mirabel is convinced that she has to reconcile with her older sister Isabella to protect the family miracle. This conversation leads to an unexpected side effect. Isabella's angry response frees her from the burden of her imposed perfection. Reveals that she was only marrying her fiancé for her family and finds happiness in creating plans that others may not find perfect. As we see in the movie, she starts singing that she created something new, something sharp, something unexpected. Ayla notices a change in Isabella's character and her appearance, the fact that she's not so high-strung, things of that nature, and she gets furious. Her demeanor insults Isabella's true nature. When Mirabel attempts to protect her sister and explain, Abuela claims that Mirabel is ruining the family because of her jealousy. Abuela ignores Mirabel's warnings, then blames her for Casita's destruction. Now, Mirabel is accidentally left out of a family photo, which I don't know specifically if she was purposefully left out or not. I think that she just didn't go because she feels like she's left out. She receives a vision of the casita crumbling. She rushes to tell her family, but Abuela refuses to believe her and tells her the onlookers that she simply drank too much alcohol. When the damage to the house becomes impossible to miss, Abuela blames the cracks in the foundation on Mirabel. She finally confronts Abuela about her actions. She points out that she has never been good enough for Abuela to begin with, and if the family magic is indeed dying, it's because of Abuela herself. In the aftermath of the argument, Casita crumbles and Encanto is broken. Everyone knows Tio Bruno. He has a gift of the power of seeing the future. But his premonitions often contain bad news for people, especially those that asked him to see the future about something. But he is not encouraged, he is not praised. The exact opposite has occurred. So, feeling all the rejection, he leaves, which I don't blame him. And then the feeling of rejection stands out when everyone sings a We Don't Talk About Bruno song. She turns Bruno and Mirabel into black sheep. So Bruno and Mirabel have a lot in common. They're both viewed as the disappointed individuals, the black sheep, the scapegoats of any family downfall. So the two individuals, Mirabel and Bruno, their issues stem from Abuela's influence and her ability to truly value them as people versus just part of the gift. And lastly, she protects the miracle instead of the family individuals. So her true core character, lies in the grief because she lost her husband, Pedro. It scarred her so deeply that her grief created the family miracle. And the Encanto as well. She was never able to let go of that grief, which forced her family to fall in line with her expectations. Abuela protected the family miracle created through Pedro's death, instead of thinking about the individual she was hurting through her actions. She eventually understands that what she did was wrong, and her secret pain makes her a tragic character. Reconciliation of the family doesn't magically erase Bruno and Mirabel's pain. The movie does end with an optimistic message, but is this a forced message? Can they just forgive each other just like that? Can they forgive their toxic family members even if they regret their mistakes? Be sure to let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And if you wanted to see more Encanto videos, make sure you check out the end screen. I will post some on there for you. And I will see you on the next video. Bye!